crossing garden is a name that's been picked up for this space. It's the entry point. You guys are sitting on stones that are going to function as a bench. We might actually have some benches in here on this side. Over there along the curb will be another row of the columnar junipers there, and there'll be bushes around all that. Behind you is what we're calling the allée, and it's combination of the existing junipers and the hawthorn, the crab apples Stephen Christie planted 40 years ago. And then in here will be a row of paperbark maples, 8 of them, along right in here between here and the crosswalk at Concordia Care. So it's gathering space, hangout space, entry to the whole greenway. You kind of go through these corridors, the allée. So it's a series of gardens with these different connectings between them.
When the plants and the trees are first put in the ground, how are they going to be cared for while they kind of take root?
We are handling maintenance through the first season at least, and we are watering them as we plant and maintaining them. Yeah.
This is going to be a fringe tree. Chionanthus virginicus is the Latin name. It's going to be right here. It's going to go up about 15, 20 feet tall. The fragrance is unbelievable. You smell it. You can smell it across the street over there. And it flowers for about 2 or 3 weeks, depending on the weather, in May and early June.
One of the biggest challenges with this job is that every time I call David to consult or ask a question, the train comes by.
We're like, every time.
That's why it's taken so long to get.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you got the wall so evenly done with these?
It was just blind luck, really. I just, extension of my childhood playing with Lincoln logs or something, I think, or Legos. I was thrilled to get involved in this job. One, because it's so different than pretty much anything else we're doing or have done. I just live on the other side of Winamac Park, and our yard right now is up here at Balmoral and Walcott. So I personally feel invested in the space, and for years, I felt envious of people that live on Ravenswood. So it's nice to be a part of this. I mean, honestly, I like brick and stonework, whatever the scale is kind of my thing. That's kind of how I started in the business. And so it started out relatively easy to line up the stones. It got more and more difficult as we moved down because our stockpile of stones is becoming more and more limited.
Stephen, Christy, and I had approached the contractor because we were actually the landscape architects on the west side of this train work that Mark mentioned. We're interested in those blocks. And I get a call on, Wednesday afternoon. Hey, Dave, we have 300 blocks for you. Where do you want us to put them? And that's how they ended up there and then north of Foster. But that's about $700,000 worth of stone, probably, between the two sites. But that, in a way, underestimates its value because, as we'll point out up there's some incredible craftsmanship on these stones. So it is history. It's the neighborhood history. I think Larry's humble. Thank you. Humble about how hard it is to do this work. These weigh 1,000, 2,000 pounds. And
Have you had to cut it to fit?
We attempted to cut a piece of stone, and 3 hours later, having made one slice through it, we were like, this seems a little impractical. These are all things we kind of do in the work we do. It's just on a larger scale. But the finished surface will look pretty much like this. It just will be there's another layer going on the top. But any questions, I'm happy to answer. How do we move it?
Yeah.
We've been using the skid steer and a small excavator.
Anybody have any more questions? Okay, we'll walk up and we can pick up more garbage and end up at the center garden again.
The original plans for the project were drawn up prior to the street work being done, and that the street work did not match the original plans exactly. So we have been kind of doing some designing on the fly, so to speak, which again I like to do and appreciate the flexibility, and we're have a great relationship, I think, doing that.
So these two stones are a whole other class of stone. Larry had to bring in special equipment that could handle the weight. That could not do it. Can't pick them up. Can't move them. They were the probably the top stones on the abutments under the bridges, would be my guess. So you'll be coming down that path into this space. This will be sort of shaded over here a little bit, parents can go over, hang out here while they pick up their kids. Maybe people eat lunch over here. It'll be a great little seating area. We have 12 columns down there. You can see them lying there. They're the piles from the old temporary train platform. Concrete piles that are 12 feet long. Would you like them? Mark calls me. He's like, sure, we'll take them. We'll figure out something to do with it. And then we've got to actually do that. so we're making a centered on this crosswalk. They did not move this crosswalk. They actually put it in the center of the bump out. So centered on it is an arc of those columns, and it's 20 feet wide, and they come together in the middle here. Behind them are some trees and some shrubs. This should all be lawn, again, regraded a little bit. And the path is right over in there, it comes right through. And then some trees, a tree there and a tree there, and then grass in that bump out space. So I think it'll be a really nice, simple, dappled light, little formal space in the middle of Ravenswood. This is Larry's next challenge coming up is how do you put those columns in the right precise place at the right depth. Which is not easy to do. Yeah. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay, that's it.